Does the new Toyota Tacoma have to be modded to be aesthetically pleasing? In other words, to make it look better? My short answer to that is yes, I think so. You know, when I first bought the truck, I will say I did like it the way that it was. But then I thought about some things I could add to it, things I could do to it to improve its performance, or looks, I should say. Maybe performance, I don't know. Like removing the air dam. I'm not sure if that really improved its performance. People would tell you that probably reduced its fuel economy. Haven't really noticed that myself. But there are a few things I think that should be done to the new Tacoma to make it look better. And you see, I made the mistake of looking online and seeing a lifted new Toyota Tacoma with different wheels and tires and things. That's always something you should never do, because a lifted truck with bigger or more aggressive stance to it, different wheels and tires, always looks better. So what I've done to this truck, and I think it looks pretty darn good right now myself, although there are maybe a couple of more things that need to be done, at least from an aesthetic standpoint, that can make it look even better. First of all, I did remove the air dam off of the front. I thought that was rather hideous on the truck. I think it made it look way too blocky, too bulky underneath, and it just wasn't a good look. And I think if you use the truck for off-roading, all you're probably going to do is rip that piece off anyway. So 8 bolts or 8 screws and it's gone. Pretty darn simple. Next up, I did do a lift on the truck. It has a 2-inch leveling lift from Toyota. And by the way, I think the best way to go if you're going to lift it, at least at that level, is to go through Toyota. My lift is now covered under warranty, but let's be honest, what's really going to happen? Nothing. So anyway, I think because they are the service shop or the manufacturer, the assembler, the best place to go is Toyota, the dealership, to have it done. And make sure if you do that they're not farming it out. A lot of dealerships will do lifts, but if you really question them, they don't do them themselves. They send them out to a third-party shop somewhere. I don't like that idea. If I'm going to go to a third-party shop, I'm going to cut Toyota out, because I don't want to pay their profit margin in the mix, and go direct. And I would suggest you do that too if you're not going to go directly to Toyota. But anyway, I did a 2-inch level lift. If you didn't know, all of the Tacomas, and I don't care whether they're 3rd gens or 4th gens or whatever, always come with a rake in the front. They're always pointing down like they want to dive into the ground, right? Now, it's nothing huge, but it can be seen with the naked eye. And I think adding a level lift to the truck to kind of even it out just makes it look better. I mean, if you look at mine and you look at the, I guess, the gap between the top of the tires and the fenders, it's pretty much spot on. It's still a hair off, but it's not enough that you really can see it with the naked eye. You'll have to leave a comment down below and let me know. Do you really see any difference between the gap between the tires front to back on this truck? I don't think so. Now, as far as ride quality goes, I should mention that while I'm talking about any kind of a lift, I haven't noticed any issues at all with this truck. It handles the same way that it did before. Ride quality is the same. It's nice and smooth, nice and comfortable. No issues like that whatsoever. Now, I mentioned there's a couple other things I probably am going to do down the road with this truck. I went with the TRD style wheels and Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws. Now, the issue I have, and it's not a huge one because I do get a little bit, is wheel poke. If you look at the back of the truck and you can see the tires kind of poking out a little bit, but not a whole lot. I would like to see more poke, if you will, looking down from the top, because that's going to change the viewpoint from the sides. Right now, if you're looking dead on the truck, except for the parts you can see down below the fender here in the front, it really doesn't stick out a whole lot. And that's due to wheel offset. I probably, in hindsight, should have gone with some sort of aftermarket wheel. I should have just had them keep the stock wheels and tires on when I bought the truck. and then gone ahead and changed everything out like at a discount tire or something later on. And you might be asking, well, why didn't you do that? I didn't do that because pricing for the lift, the wheels, the tires, the alignment, the labor to do the lift was so good, I just couldn't turn it down. I paid $3,900 to have the whole job done. It's tough to get any kind of a lift done, let alone wheels and tires, for that kind of money. I mean, it would have been less, but you know, you start to get close. So I just couldn't let it go. I had to do it. So I would bring them out just a little bit more, and I think that would increase the aggressive look of the truck. I think it would look better. I don't know that I would really change the size of the tires. I mean, I could. Part of the reason in going with any kind of a lift, particularly this one, would be so that you could put maybe taller or bigger tires on. The thing you have to watch out for if you do that, of course, is you're sucking power away from the truck in the form of having to haul around more weight, because they do weigh more, right? And you might affect the handling ability, the steering, all of that, because now you've got to turn those wheels, those tires, I should say, and everything is just a lot heavier. You know, I had put bigger tires on a truck I had a little while back, along with a 3.5-inch lift. Actually ended up going the other way. The front end was now kind of pointing up a little bit. It looked like a Baja truck or something. Wasn't a big fan of that look, and I ended up kind of damaging the front a little bit. The arms in the front, they didn't like that. I tore a boot, and all of the fluid inside, the grease or whatever, leaked out. Wasn't a good experience for me. If you're gonna go above 3 inches, you've got to change other things out, because the geometry is gonna change, right? Otherwise, I think the other thing, adding the sport bar to the truck just kind of maybe softens the truck, or maybe makes it even look a little bit more aggressive. I think it kind of offsets that hat or that spoiler we have on the top, this little roof part, right? It kind of takes your eye away from that a little bit, whereas if the sport bar is not there, you focus more on that area than you would the sport bar. And I think that kind of helps to give a better look for the truck overall. To me, it looks more aggressive overall, I guess, with the whole setup now. Anyway, I just wanted to get on. I think that the new Tacoma does definitely need a handful of mods to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you like the way it's set up now, or would you just have left it alone and maybe done nothing to it? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.